Vaishali ji, let me begin by asking you this. What is the situation in Kerala as far as conversions, or should I say forced conversions, are concerned as of today?
Thank you, Sharanji. First of all, let me take this opportunity to thank Sharanji and Tipi Media for giving us an opportunity to talk on this platform. So before we get to the situation of Kerala, let's understand what religious conversions are. The biggest threat or challenge that Hinduism faces today is the external threat that Hinduism faces today is religious conversion. Swami Vivekanandan had once emphasized that if a person converts from Hinduism into any other religion, it is not just the loss of one person from Hinduism, but the generation of an enemy itself to Hinduism. If you see the condition of Pakistan, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, Muslim dominated Kashmir, or the Christian dominated northeastern states, they are proof to this statement. These Semitic religions carry out systematic brainwashing of these people who have converted to these religions owing to manipulation, deception, ignorance, or any other drawbacks in Hinduism, such as casteism, which we've already done away with, or other anacharas by making them anti-Hindu, by turning them anti-Hindu first and then make them enemies of our own culture. They gradually turning them against their families, against the society, and against the nation itself gradually. So they do this by they have very methodical systems to ingrain it in the minds of people right from a very young age, from a very tender age through their madrasas and Sunday schools. They create a sense of separatism in their minds, and this is this is what happens once a person is converted. Now, if you look at the condition in Kerala, the condition is worse because in Kerala, Kerala is heading towards extremism, not just in terms of conversions towards Islam and Christianity, but also into other dangerous ideologies like Naxalism, etc., and turning people against the nation and the people itself, an individual against people, his own people, and nation. And it is very pathetic that the media and major political parties and government itself is not independent from the influence of these in Kerala.
Right.
So it is in this backdrop that Arsha Vidya Samajam works to overcome these challenges by not just overcoming religious conversions, but also fighting against other ideologies that are against the nation, culture, and our dharma.
Right. And Shruti ji, let me ask you this. A lot of people in the media and outside, they're confused with the very terminology used for love jihad. And they ask, they're very unclear about the definitional clarity on this. So, for the benefit of our viewers and for the benefit of those people who question the very existence of love jihad, could you please define it?
Sure, I'll define about love jihad. Uh, there are two types of uh, saying are there. Some people say there are no love jihad is existing. Some say love jihad is existing. Before coming to conclusion, we have to understand what is love jihad is. Love jihad is used for a technique used by radical Muslims, those who try to uh, impart Islamic ideologies everywhere and make the entire universe Islamized. So different techniques are used, and there's love also used for the same cause. That is how love jihad is came. So Shruti
Rightly pointed. There are people who say there is love jihad and there are people jihad. But both these parties, first of all, need clarity on one thing as to what is love jihad. So we would rather say that the word love jihad itself is a misnomer, and we would say the more appropriate word to use is love trap jihad. So what is love trap jihad? Love, pretension of love, employing love, pretension of love, marriage, offer of marriage, sexual exploitation, blackmailing, or any of these methods to take people step by step into Islam, eventually radicalize them and turn them into extremists, and some of them employ some of them for terrorist activities. This is love trap jihad. So we have to understand here that the mode of conversion into Islam is not only through love jihad. There are several modes of conversion. It could be love trap jihad. It could be money jihad. It could be narcotic jihad. It could be intellectual jihad, charity jihad, many ways. But the very first step in converting anybody is trapping them through any of these methods and then brainwashing them. So trap and brainwash, that is the mode of first step of conversion.
Right.
And we can state examples of victims at each of these stages. For example, offer of marriage, the best example is that of Madhavi Kuti, who is a very famous poet in Kerala. A very popular ex-member of parliament and Muslim League leader had offered to marry her if she converted into Islam and accepted the name Suraya. So
Right.
she converted and she accepted the name, but the marriage never happened. Not just that, he was awarded a very huge sum of money for converting her. And if you see, if you consider love jihad and pretension of love, then we have numerous cases of interfaith marriages pending in courts today, numerous habeas corpus cases, police cases, and among the 5,000 plus people whom Asha Vidya Samajam has brought back through counseling, majority of them, a vast majority of them were trapped through love jihad.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.